afternoon. This week we're going to be focusing on back to school because there are kids out there who are going back to school. Because today is the official day for kids to go back to school. And to help you kids understand that, and all our parents too, so parents and kids, I want you to sit down and watch this video because these could be some helpful tips in life for you. We're going to start off with what you will expect. Now, what you will expect when you go to school is you will be met with people you know, and you'll meet some new people. Like if you go to high school, you'll be met with friends that you know, somebody that was there for you from the beginning. You'll also know some groups around here. You have groups that play trading cards, groups that are in band and choir, all kinds of groups. They're going to be something for your children to discover as they go through school. That's why we can spend all this week. So today's topic we're going to talk about is the dress code. So thanks to HowStuffWorks.com, we're going to be looking at the top 10 things that no one should wear to school, to life, to a job interview, or ever. And while that's not enough, we're going to talk about, while it's not enough and things getting settled, we're going to talk about I'm going to give you some other information we're going to be talking about throughout this week's segment. We're going to talk about bullying. We're going to talk about classrooms, what to expect in classrooms. We're going to talk about teachers. We're going to talk about principals. And we're also going to talk about attendance. So stay tuned as this week comes. In the meantime, let's get to the dress code. Number 10 is mom jeans. If you ever heard of mom jeans, I would suggest you don't wear them. Don't wear these mom jeans. Wear them at your own risk. That was popular on Saturday Night Live. But that's not for this count. Number 9 is Crocs. Those are just some plastic shoes. Don't go to school in plastic shoes. Also, don't go to school in shoes with wheels on the heels. You're not a skateboarder. If you were a skateboarder, you'd be famous. You'd really be famous all around the world, all around the school. People would just bow down to you. Cats will just and dogs will go like that. So don't go to school with Crocs. Number 8, very low-rise jeans. Don't wear those with your underwear show. And don't wear muffin tops. Don't go to school with short shorts. We'll get into that later. Number 7, matchy ensembles. That's all ensembles, to tell you the truth. This is not a double mint commercial. And don't go to school dressing like your BFF. Don't ever do it unless you're twins. You're born on the same day, you can wear the same thing. Number 6, fur. This makes me laugh my ass off. Don't go to school in fur. Just because you killed Black Bear in Montana does not give you the right to wear fur. Do not go to school with fur. Don't show off in a classroom. It can be distracting to others. Others look at you like, you really killed a bear? Like, heck yeah, I did. Want to try it out? Sure. Don't go to school with some fur on. Number 5, don't wear anything that acquires batteries. You may break with that. Don't wear something that's Christmassy and then go to school expecting to look like that. You're going to look like an idiot and you're probably going to get suspended. Don't wear that. Number 4, leggings as pants. That, you can wear those, but it has to be one with a dress or a long shirt or an oversized. We don't mean like oversized college sweatshirt or a t-shirt. If you're gonna wear this, just wear like only dress in boots. Get back to boots. We're gonna go to boots shortly. Number 3, trucker hats. Any kind of hats at all. Don't wear hats. Don't wear them to an interview. Don't wear hats to school. The reason is that people can be hiding drugs under these hats or candy. Don't wear those unless you want to get suspended. Number 2, short shorts. Don't go to school with short shorts. Nobody wants to see you looking like this. No one wants to see No one wants to see this. Sorry. Don't go to school with short shorts. Especially guys. Don't wear those. It's out of dress code. You're gonna look an idiot. Let's be right here. Daisy Dukes look good at Daisy Dukes, but that doesn't mean you're gonna look good at those. Number 1 is Uggs in the summer. So your mommy bought you some Uggs to wear in the summer, to wear at school, and you want to wear them? But don't go like what people did with Oprah, wearing freaking Uggs and expect to wear them to school. You're going to look an idiot. If you get in trouble on that, you're going to be thanking Oprah. Or say, thanks, Oprah, for this. So don't be wearing all kinds of stuff. Let's get into the boots before we go to break. You can wear boots. Don't be wearing cowboy boots because those things can hurt you. If you kick somebody, it will hurt. Like boots have like a metal thing on the toe. But if you kick somebody, it'll hurt that somebody. Don't be doing that. No, that's probably it. That's probably it for the dress code. Next, we're gonna move on to another different kind of. We're gonna move on to videotaping in school. You may have heard me say this before on my last gaming break, and we're gonna look into that when we come back. Also, later on, we're gonna talk about people who use their phones during class. I want to give you some tips about what not to do. What not to do while teachers teaching. All that and more when we come back. So today we're talking about what to expect at school, what to expect when you go back to school. We talked about dress code. Now we're going to move on to filming. Now back in June, we focused on a man without love named C.J. Gonzalez who filmed who filmed in the school, he was like hanging signs that said, "Watch the prom video." I knew because I knew it because I saw what happened. I didn't report it to the principal's office, but somebody knew. But we haven't heard back from CJ. If he wants to be on the show, we're going to give him an opportunity to let him contact me. There's some things I said that I haven't even looked at. We focus on a document that gives the person permission to film in the school. I had the document to show, but it must have been misplaced. So I could show you the video, or I could just sit here and talk to you about what he did. Just take a break from the video, go to filming, go to graduation segment, and then come back here, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, filming on school property. And you may think that it's a public domain, but let me tell you something. This right here is private property, and out there is public. So here's another doing no thing. Don't take your PlayStation to freaking school and expect to score, to get some girls. Don't ever do that. I don't have to. Don't pretend to trick shot in front of a girl. Like, don't pretend to pick up girls with an Xbox controller. Don't go like that. I can do the rest because I don't know. Don't ever do that to anybody else. You're going to look dumb. You're going to be kicked out of school. And if you play at the school, they're going to ask you to put it away or they're confiscated. So don't ever do that. Now, sorry about that. Now let's move on to selfies. You see them everywhere all the time. Selfies. People taking a selfie and then posting it to Facebook. Like what would you do if you weren't allowed to take a selfie? Would you break the rules? Would you follow the rules? Let me tell you something. This is the answer to your question. I see people all the time taking selfies. I see them on Facebook all the time. Like I have friends that went to Flower Bluff High School and they took selfies. I never questioned anything. I just stepped back and said, you know what, I can handle this. But don't be taking selfies because you're in school. Does not give you the right to take a selfie. You know what you're going to do you know what's going to happen if you take a selfie? You're going to be in trouble, or someone's going to ask you to delete it. If you want to take a picture of something that's educational worthy or something else, you ask your teacher. And your teacher will tell you. If your teacher says yes, he or she will allow you to take the picture. But if you do without permission, they're going to ask you to delete it. It's probably the best advice ever is don't take pictures unless you got permission. It's not going to work like that, and you may take it with your friends, but tell your friend not to do it because I told you not to. If you're going to do it, take some risks. Don't take risks anyway. It's not going to be a good idea. You probably see them everywhere. Cafeteria, the hallway. There's security that will watch you. If somebody sees you take a selfie, they're going to ask you to delete the picture. And if you post on Facebook, I'm not going to go into that, but I think you probably get the idea. All right. So we talked about dress code. We talked about dress code. We talked about filming on school property, taking pictures, selfies. Coming up, we're going to move on to bullying. This is really a big issue So parents and kids, I want you guys to sit down. I want you guys to take a few seconds here to sit down and talk to your kids about bullying when you go to school. This could be really a big issue for parents and for kids. We are going to explain all that stuff about bullying when we return. Now we move on to something a lot more serious, because this is really going on around the world. It's happening all around the country. Bullying. School bullying. You see them everywhere. You see them on commercials. But we haven't even discussed bullying on this show. In this show. But here's the thing, though. I want parents and kids to watch this segment right now, because this is going to be really helpful for your child. If he or she is going to school, this is what he or she is going to expect when he or she goes to school. But really, the question we should be asking two questions are, how is bullying common in schools? And how common is bullying in schools? KidsHelp.com says every day thousands of teens wake up and are afraid to go to school. There are kids scared, so that means what kids are doing is scared to go to school, but parents have to tell them, you'll do great. You got to have someone special, a very special friend who will help you through this. And one of my tips is find a friend. And if you're being bullied, have that friend stand up to you. And to that special friend, and once that happens, give him or her a handshake and say, thank you. In a calm way, just say, thank you. %, of American students are being bullied 2 to 3 times a month within the school semester. There's over 3.2 million students are victims. They're bullied each year, approximately 160,000. The number keeps on growing. I'll tell you, back then, schools didn't have a problem with this. They just didn't care. So parents had to end up suing the school or letting the kids go through the difficult day. How can we stop bullying in schools? These are all the tips for you. So I want parents to write this down so that when your child goes to school, you can remind the child, hey, you can remind the child, this is what's going to be happening if you're going to be bullied. This is a lot of tips for y'all. And you're going to hear me say this once, so girlshelp.org. I will provide the source for you in the description below so that you can pause the video, open up a tab, go to the website, and write this down so that you can have your child, you can explain this to your child. Okay, stand up to the people who are being bullied. We don't talk about that. We talked about that. But the other thing is, give the person a handshake once they dealt with a bully. Take the anti-bullying pledge. And this is really a basic pledge. If you go to the website, girlshelp.org, you can really take this pledge. And it can be really big help to those people who are bullied. It says, I promise to speak up when it's safe to see bullying. Get an adult right away. Never join in if someone's been bullied. Be friendly. Encourage someone who's willing to get an adult help. Work with teachers and school staff to deal with the problem of bullying. I live on the service to feel safe at school. This and that. Number 3, take action. You always got to set up like an anti-bullying club or somewhere, a prevention program at your school. I don't know if you've been on Facebook. There's been like a lot of groups that talk about all this kind of stuff. Number 4 is for parents. Parents, you need to listen to this tip and write it down and circle it. So right now, while you watch the video, take the time, because this website, again, is going to be in the description below so that all kids out there, so that all parents can like circle this, circle number 4, talk to the kids, and make sure and everybody, that every kid in America or around the world should know about this. And that is, talk to the kids. Try to learn more about where bullying happens in your school. Talk about what might help. See if you can find some friends that don't talk to them about it. See if you and some friends can go talk to an adult. By that I mean the principal. And also, circle number 5, too. Talk to your teachers or your principal. Let adults know that you care about this topic. Ask the school to host an assembly on bullying. Ask for an anonymous survey to learn how many kids are being bullied. You can find a website that talks about surveys. You can look it up online like I'm about to do right now. You can find a survey like I'm doing right now. This is a website called StandForTheSilent.com, which can really help you. Can really help the child understand. I recommend after you watch this segment, your kids take the survey. They haven't been bullied before. If they haven't been bullied, have them take this survey. Now you can find a survey that will talk about this. There's something on PDF document, on portable document formats, or Word document you can take. I will provide those in the description below so that your child, if he or she's been bullied, they can take this survey. I will provide the survey in the description below for all the kids that have been bullied, so that said they can help. And it's not really that much. It's just 20 questions. I will provide 2 websites about this. So this, I will provide only one of these surveys. If you want to, don't go overboard with this. Have your kids take this survey so that you can speak up, so that kids can speak up to themselves or their friends. And there's also a survey that you can submit. I will also provide that in the description below. As soon as it's done uploading, I will provide those 2 surveys in the description below so that you can be the voice that stands up for bullying. You've seen commercials everywhere about being bullied, but somebody has to stand up. I stand up. Let's see if the parents who are watching can stand up to the people who have been bullied. So we dealt with dress code. We dealt with taking videos and pictures and selfies. We dealt with bullying. Coming up here. This is really going to be interesting. Homework. You heard me say this before in the beginning of the game. The very beginning. You've heard me say this before. It was the very first game we played that we talked about homework. So coming up, we're going to talk about homework. And the dread of homework. But really the question is, should schools be done with homework? We're going to answer that question and find out when we come back after this. Welcome back. As long as there have been children, there has been homework. And the dread of homework. There's too much homework everywhere you go. There's homework every day. I know because back then, we had too much homework Monday through Thursday. It can be complicated sometimes. If you have some schools that have advisory, that's the thing I didn't discover until I went to middle school. Until I went to Flabo Junior High and still went up through high school. You have to thing called advisory or before school tutorials where you go to advisory and it's probably a great place to get all of your homework done. I didn't discover this until I went to middle school, until I went to junior high. And it was the best thing for me, and it was the best thing for my mom too. And if your school doesn't have an advisory, shouldn't have an advisory, they should. They should. If you have a tutorial or tutoring after school, before school and after school tutoring. Now the question we asked before the break, should schools be done with homework? Well, 3 years ago, in NEAtoday.org asked this question. This is the answer. This was back in Tennessee. It says in part, in the start of the 2013-14 school year, the Fentress County School District in Tennessee announced that it would enforce a district-wide ban on graded homework assignments. This from Randy Clarkson. We don't want kids to be unfairly penalized for their homework because they don't have the resources to support any of the home. Our new motto for assignments is review and preview, or preview and review. There's a study that says like anywhere between 65 and 75% of each school student body will complete take-home assignments. Advisors is like the best place ever for all students. I recommend you come to Flower Bluff and go to middle school and go to junior high and high school. They have like advisory for everybody. So that's homework done. Work it down. We're going to move on to cheating. Now, way back then, now we talked about this a few months ago, and you heard me say this, but we have been dealing with cheaters like everywhere we see it. Like we have cheating in. There is cheating like everywhere. There's cheating in high school. There's cheating like everywhere you go. I'm not talking about the cheating. I'm not talking about where you cheat on your girlfriend's kind of stuff. I'm talking about cheating on a test. If you heard me from the very beginning of this, if you heard me from the other version of Give Me a Break, then this is what happens when you cheat on a test. This is what they like. You like answer the question, then somebody behind you is not like. You're thinking of the right answers, but the teacher won't even know. But there are all kinds of. There's school cheating. There's also academic cheating. It's defined as representing someone else's work as your own. But how often do people cheat in school? There's a survey. Surveys found that 24,000 students at 70 high schools, and they found that 64% of students admitted cheating on a test, 58% admitted to plagiarism, and 95% said they participated in some form of cheating. So what are the consequences? Well, if you see PSAs on YouTube that says, no cheating in school, this is the consequences. Education.seattlepie.org.com explains the consequences. Class failure, suspension, expulsion, there's legal consequences. There's academic, there's like 4. Class failure. There's suspension, expulsion, legal consequences. Cheating can be a rise to the level of legal violation when students steal other people's copyrighted work. For instance, a student who lives extras from someone else's paper and they use them for their own published paper is committed copyright infringement. They could be sued by the creator. So here's the thing. If you're gonna if you have an assignment that says do a PowerPoint about Martin Luther King, and you post something on Wikipedia, you always gotta remember one thing. It's called SYS. So write this down. So parents and students, write this down. Write SYS. I discovered this one. I learned about this mistake from my aquatics teacher. I'm not going to mention his name, but I know who you are. If you're watching this, I salute you. Cite your sources. You always have to cite your sources, every time. You see on the news reports, they have the source. They don't want The reason why you have to cite your sources is because it will help you not get sued. You always have to SYS, cite your source. Cite your source or sources. I've done that when I've done my PowerPoints. I know what's happened. I've cited my sources. How are you going to cite your sources? Well, you're going to copy and paste the link. Like if you're going to do a PowerPoint link, at the very end of the presentation, go do like the title, like sources. Like information / sources. Copy like all the links that you found. Open up a hyperlink. It will really help you. Like, and then when you show it to your teacher, they'll be like, okay, so this is where you found it. Okay, so this is where you found it. Make sure you insert a hyperlink so that the teacher doesn't have to like copy it, paste it, go on like Firefox or something like that. And something like that. That's not kind of cheating, but this is test cheating. These are the real consequences. A parent phone call, contacting an administrator, a failure in grade. Like, if you cheat, it's a 0, you tell the paper. Something like that. Now you're going to have dishonesty. That's the consequence. Between plagiarism, undivided calculation, and other forms of it can be very serious, or it can be expelled or suspended. So bottom line is, don't cheat and cite your sources every single time. Like if you found an expert from our website, copy and paste it, bold it and underline it, and also cite your sources at the very end of the presentation, like at the last few slides. Put the source, put sources, like where you found it. It can be easier to write down the source of where you found it from. So here's what you do: open up another Word document and put all the sources that you found, print it out, and keep it with you at all times, so that when you're going to do the final slide, you always cite your source. You like copy it down on the last few slides. So we dealt with cheating, we dealt with filming and taking pictures, we dealt with dress code, we dealt with bullying. Our last topic for today, when we come back, is we're going to talk about our last topic for today is last topic we're going to talk about is well, there's really not much else. That's all we're going to talk about for today for this first part, for this first day of the Back to School series. We're going to have more tomorrow as we continue on through the Back to School series, where I'll find some new information for you. But in the meantime, when we come back, some new things that I have to discuss about. We're going to talk about no trespassing. We're going to talk about running from the cops, and we're also going to focus on the student from 2 years ago who was arrested, who was expelled from college for bacon, jalapeno, macaroni, and cheese. All that more in as our second hour comes. In our second hour today, we're going to focus on no trespassing. This is what you see. This is something you should always see. This is something that you should always see every day when you're walking by, in case you ain't shit. no trespassing, or if you guys don't know shit, this is something for you. Like you skateboard all the time on someone else's property, and you know what they do? They don't have a no trespassing sign. Every single body should have a no trespassing sign on their door or on the lawn. We don't want to have like skateboarders coming all around trespassing on their property. Once that happens, they're not going to understand like, okay, they should understand like, okay, we should not be trespassing. If we trespass, we're going to be in trouble. I would recommend you buy signs like everywhere. You go buy them like at Walmart or something. They're probably not that thick. They can be expensive, like $5, $16 to $30 to $20. Put signs like everywhere. The backyard, the front yard, the door, the front door, back door. Put it on your porch. Put it on trespassing like everywhere so that people can understand by saying, oh, okay, we cannot trespass. If we trespass, we're going to be in trouble. Damn right should be in trouble. We focus on skateboarders like a lot of times that we haven't dealt with private property. Like, I'm going to tell you, if you trespass private property, you will go to jail. This ain't no joke. All right, now, running from the cops, or this is what we're talking about when we say running cops on foot, which seems to be saying like on foot pursuit. I think the main reason why people run from the cops is that they're afraid to go to jail. Like they think they've done something wrong, but they're chasing like the wrong man. Chasing like the right man. Like it may be pretty funny to see someone like run from a cop. But this ain't a game like chase somebody till they get a heart. Excuse me. Don't chase somebody till they get a heart attack. It's on the news like every day. Like this was 3 hours ago today. A Detroit man was accused of fleeing from the police while handcuffed. This was today. Mr. Davis made several charges after Detroit police said he fled on foot. It was Saturday night when officers handcuffed him during an arrest. It was not caught until Sunday. Police said this was all started. This is what the witness said. He said when they wanted him in cuffs, I was like, okay, they got him. He's going to jail. All of a sudden, he took up running. The witness said. He took up running. By the time he made halfway across the joy road, they were just getting in the joy road, and he was halfway. And this is what the captain said. When he got to the back of the scout car, he broke loose when the other officer had control of him and took off. And this is what the witness said. This is pretty funny. Tell the Detroit police they need to step their game up. Because if you let the guy run away from the handcuffs on, Jesus Christ, what are you going to do with the guy with his handcuffs on? And the other witness said there were 4 cop cars chasing one cop jumped the car and followed him behind him. Next thing you know, 5 or 6 more cars and they still didn't catch him. So that's the lesson for you guys. Don't run from cops. Do what the cops say, and you won't get into trouble. Now let's focus on And this happened 2 years ago. So then I first got on Colin, and that made me say, give me a break. It could be like consumers arrested for macaroni and cheese. Now, this was from 2 years ago. On October 7th, a University of Connecticut student, and there was a video about it. This kid was arrested for like assault or something like that. But all he wanted was freaking macaroni and cheese. Like, you want to know how this all started? You can watch video yourself. I'm going to tell you how it all started. He had an open bottle of booze, and then the manager said, I'm going to deny you service. Your service denied. If you probably seen the video, you would probably understand. His name is Luke Vincent Gaddy, 19. He was in New York. This video was captured back 2 years ago. He was like pushing me on and calling him names, like he's like calling him an idiot and stuff, like. And he was all like, give me some FN bacon jalapeno mac and cheese. Then I'm not even making mac and cheese. And the man's like, I just denied you service. You can't come up a bottle of booze, this and that. Think about it. If you haven't seen the video, or if you haven't seen the video, I'm going to put the link in the description below so that you guys know what I'm talking about. This was at college. He had an open bottle of booze. And do you think that was a problem? That is a problem. That's what we're going to discuss tomorrow. They gave me from the Back to School series. Drugs and alcohol. Like, all this kid wants was some, like, mac and cheese. He didn't ask for, like, marijuana. Like, all he wanted was, like... And then, all of a sudden, he goes to college, and then he has a bottle of booze in his pocket. The manager suspects that, denied his service, and then he could have just, like, said, I denied your service, now you're going to leave. He would have said, okay, I'm going to leave. No, he's like, if you give me food, I'll leave. This and that. But no, this is what happened. They denied him service. He started calling him names and stuff. That's that. He got arrested. Now, after the video, he apologized, saying that he was sorry for... saying this kid that he was sorry. He was like sorry for what happened, like all that stuff. Like he was drunk. Like rules are you cannot bring alcohol to school. Otherwise you could go to jail for possession of alcohol. It was kind of funny to watch, but it's not funny. You don't like stick your finger up at somebody, call names and stuff, you're going to be in trouble. Like, all he wanted was some bacon, jalapeno mac and cheese. And this kid said that he was sorry for the way he acted. But you should not, this thing you should not do. Don't go to school with an open bottle of booze. Go online. Don't do this at the fast food restaurant. Drink, go online, and have somebody find an open bottle of booze. Tell the manager that and say, sir, you got a knife service, he's got booze. And they're like, okay. So you're being denied service. That's the real issue that bothers me most is that all he wanted was like a bunch of bacon, mac, and cheese. And the boss, you see, like, he was like sorry for what he did. He was like sorry for what he did. I took him a look at him and I was like, that's a load of crap. That's a load of crap. I wish you would explain this to the therapist so that the therapist would have been like, okay, does that, like, he could just like talk to the parents like, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? Come back next week and we'll do this again, okay? Or someone like that can have to say, that's a load of crap. You're not just one day open up, get drunk all the time, open like, I want some macaroni and cheese, and like, touch the person, like, get arrested. Where are my shoes? Where are my shoes? This man right there needs to go to jail. He needs to spend like a life in jail and think about his consequences. But the real thing is, you don't have to, like, if they tell you to leave, leave. If you're banned, you're banned. If you come back here without permission, the police will call you, you will be arrested, and worst of all, you will be expelled from college. I don't have friends that are expelled from college for like doing this shit. He said we have kids arrested and charged for like trespassing on our property because of skateboarding. We have also kids who have liability issues because they don't pay taxes on this stuff because they think it's cool to skateboard somewhere else. But the main reason is that people don't understand how the system works. They don't understand the whole system and how it works. You probably get what I'm saying here? They don't understand the system. It's like, if you don't do what they say, they're going to call the cops. And you'll be charged for like assault and this and that, but we probably have kids like everywhere who are getting arrested right now in school because they had like possession of drugs. They'll probably murder somebody at school. They do this and that. What the hell is wrong with this kid, I should say? I tell you what the hell is wrong with him. He must have been drunk. It's not like he didn't drink beer and smoke dope while going there. Like, he would have been like, give me some bacon, macaroni, and cheese. He would have been there wasted. I would not do that I wouldn't do that to anybody. I wouldn't do that to my principal. If my principal saw that, you know what he would do to me? He would throw me in ISS, suspend me. I'll just go to ISS and sit there and say to myself, I should not have done that. And my mom would have said to me, how dare you do that? You should know better. You should not bring alcohol to school. What is wrong with you? That's what would have happened. But we have kids like everywhere. Cheating, bullying, taking pictures, videotaping the school, videotaping our property, doing stupid things, pranking people. We're going to do all that in the years to come. We're going to go into all of this stuff in the years to come, but I just want to give you a good detail of what's going to be happening in the Back to School series. But still, we're on time. We appreciate you joining us on this Tuesday night, Tuesday afternoon. That is, give me a break for this Tuesday night. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We're going to talk about more. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for another edition of Back to School Week, where we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. And also, more Give Me a Break to come as we move into our second season of Give Me a Break. Until next time, Flower Bluff, see you then.